So we're in Fresno, California, just finished installing a Kohler toilet. This is the Cimarron. So this is our fourth trip out here. First trip we installed an American Standard as per request of the homeowner, and that toilet came straight out of Home Depot. They called us back a few days later and said that water was leaking out of the tank to bowl bolts. So typically most tanks have bolts that go through rubber gaskets and you tighten them from underneath. So they were dripping, so we had to go back to Home Depot. They wouldn't do a replacement without us uninstalling the whole thing. So we bought a new toilet, got a new tank, brought it out, put the tank on, and of course same thing happened with that tank. So fourth time's a charm. We're going with Kohler. So it's Kohler Cimarron. There's no bolts through tank. The only leaking you can get from tank to bowl is out of the flush valve. There's a gasket that sits down here, foam gasket, that seals the water when the tank empties into the bowl. The mounting bracket is actually mounted to the bottom of the tank, and so there's no tank bolts in there. So we're looking at it right now. We don't see any leaks. We don't anticipate any leaking. We love Kohler. We set lots of Kohler product, and that's what we typically use, and so it's installed. Anyways, one little snafu is the old American Standard lid is a soft close, so which means from up here you can see that seat, it just gently, slowly closes, and then the top portion that closes as well. The new seat with the Kohler does not have the soft close, and also when we took it out of the box, one of the mounting brackets was broken. So one of these guys that mounts the toilet to the bowl was broken. So we just put your American Standard seat back on. If you're not happy with that for some reason, you know, you can certainly go get a Kohler lid and replace it. Not hard to do. We've got, like I say, we've got 4 service calls in with no additional pay, so we're done. Outside of something, you know, happening drastically with the toilet, we've spent every bit of our profit for the 3 service calls on toilets. So I don't mean to be rude about that, but we can't cover any more work on this. So hopefully this will last for years to come. We set the Highline, Kohler Highline, Kohler Cimarron, Kohler Wellworth. Never have any trouble with those, so I'm anticipating you won't have trouble with this either. We did replace the shutoff valve and supply line last time we were here, so that's good. Quarter-turn shutoff valve and a brand new braided stainless steel supply line. New wax ring in here. No shims around the toilet bowl. A lot of times you'll have to shim the bowl because the floor is uneven or the bowl is uneven, and this one sat flat to the floors, which is good. So no shims in there, and then of course we caulked it back in for you all the way around to the back. And so everything looks good in here. We flushed it a few times. You'll have to monitor it just like everything else. Same thing as last time. Completely different functionality than the American Standard. It's got a canister style flush valve assembly in there, and you can certainly take the lid off and take a peek at that when you get a chance if you'd like to. But I think you're going to be happy with this. There is an additional charge. It's a $20 charge. These were $219. American Standard is $199. So that's all we're going to charge you. You know, we feel like that's more than fair. And like I say, if you can get over the fact that it says Kohler here and American Standard here, then you're in good shape. Kohler does make soft close seats. It just does not come with the Cimarron. And so anyways, it's broken. So we got to go back to Home Depot and try and convince them to refund us again for another toilet. So this will be the second time we've gone back. Anyways, I think you're in good shape. Outside of that, this installation is done.